There's nowhere quite like Vegas, a place where dreams are chased and attained, a place where the show always goes on, a city that never sleeps, because the pursuit of that dream leads to magic. And that magic extends as far as the Maverick Arena, where tonight we have in many ways a dream men's singles final between two competitors who know each other's games very, very well. Two competitors who've entertained, even thrilled the fans here in Las Vegas this week. And they follow a match that was dripping in emotion. The comeback queen, Zhu Yuling, beating Chen Yi. Now it's the turn of the men. So this is the matchup, and now time to meet the finalists.
3, 2, 1.
From Japan, Tomokazu Harimoto.
The 22-year-old from Japan made history by making the semi-final of a Grand Smash. Now, more history, he's in the final. But can he beat this man?
From China, Wang Chu-chen.
Greeted by rapturous applause, a man who is a two-time Grand Smash winner already, and somebody who knows his way down this ramp only too well. Wang Chu-chen prepares to take on Tomokazu Harimoto as he looks to get back to winning ways in Grand Smash action. It's a blockbuster of a final. The Japanese star against the man representing China. The best of 7 lies in front of us, and who would bet against it here in Vegas, going the distance? But as far as the head-to-head is concerned, it's overwhelmingly in favor of Wang Chu-chen, and I can't wait to get Adam Bobrow's take on that a little bit later. The meetings have gone his way consistently, the most recent of those at WTT champions Chongqing this very year, when he won 4-1 against Harimoto. Celeste Araujo is in the chair. She's actually assisted today by Peter Chung of the USA. And what a match to take charge of. That is what they are playing for, plus a slice of history. The first ever United States Smash here in Las Vegas. And how about being able to have your name etched on that trophy as the very first winner of this groundbreaking event? An event that has led to a magical evening already here in the Maverick Arena tonight. After the coin toss, we'll begin to build up to the final in earnest.
I have black and red. Red for you, black for you. Red, you serve. You receive? You serve this side? Okay.
So Harimoto wins the toss. We know who's going to be getting this epic, well, potentially epic matchup underway. And I think there are a few who have come along tonight who expect this to be one of the great encounters, because the semi-finals showed us what these two guys are about. Stunning action has led them to this appointment with those trophies. Okay, Adam's with me after that amazing women's final. Now we get to this. Tell me about Tomokazu Harimoto, why we love what he's done here this week, but why Wang Chu-chen has proved to be such a barrier in the past.
I think in some senses, Tomokazu Harimoto, an incredible fighter, getting through Quadriaruna after Quadriaruna, took back some momentum. Sid Naresh in the opening round, Sora Matsushima, 2 deciders in a row. Lin Yunru, 7-7 in game 2, 2 TTR calls in a row. He was incredible. And then getting through Lin Shidong in a 4-3 victory in the semifinals. This is a Tomokazu Harimoto who's in wonderful form, is an incredible fighter, a very clever, versatile player. And in terms of why we love him, well, he fights for every single point. He battles like his life depends on it, but there's a reason that Wangchuchin has such a dominant record.
And let's hear that in just a moment, because remember, we've just said Hanamoto knocked out the world #1. He's now taking on the world #2. Logically, you might say, that's easier. But the #2 just happens to be Wangchuchin.
Right, and their head-to-head tells a very different story. Wangchuchin has been dominant. We'll talk about that in a minute here. Let's just take a look. Iulian Chiriță of Romania has a very bright future. Took a game off of Wangchuchin. Gao Chengray, Yotze of the Chinese Taipei team, took a game off him as well. After that, Yi Sang-soo not able to do that. Darko Jorgic, 1-0, 10-7 up. Fascinating moment at 10-all with a call. It's a long discussion for another time. And Felix Lebrun, 11-9 in the decider, game number 7. Wangchuchin is one of the hardest working, most determined, let alone all the other amazing qualities about him. He's fighting for an upgrade of $50,000, from $50,000 to $100,000, and the taller of the two trophies. But the money, that's a small part of it for these players. It's the reputation, it's the honor.
And that's why we're probably not surprised, given all that we've just told you about the head-to-head and history, that Wangchuchin has captured 75%, 3/4 of the fan vote. Thanks so much for getting to WorldTableTennis.com. The whole world is fixated on Vegas this evening. We know that much. And we, like you, can't wait for this to get underway. So, Hanamoto has to put the curse of Chuchin behind him. He has been outstanding this week here in Las Vegas. What happens next? Find out now.
Wang to serve, level.
Listen to that, that's just the first point.
Yeah, I think this is a taste of what we're gonna see. The firepower, the determination. Wangchuchin is gonna have pedal to the metal with very clear intention the whole time.
Thinking back to recent meetings, I mentioned Chongqing. Of course, there was the finals at the end of last year and a straight games win as well for Wangchuchin. What is it that he does well in recent times against Hanamoto, or what is it that Hanamoto is unable to do?
Seems like Wangchuchin has almost everything. He plays unafraid, he plays very wisely, he adapts quite quickly. It's not the first time we've seen him looking down at his racket in this event. In some incredible matches, you'll find him after an extended rally looking down in surprise.
Tell me about physicality. We looked at that run of results to get here to this final. We looked at the incredible, epic encounters both have had along the way, quarterfinal, semifinal. It must have taken something out of them.
Physical fitness, I feel like the game has never been more physical. The ball has increased in size over time, even bigger a second time around, about a decade ago now. These two really learned to play efficient table tennis.
Wins the point, having saved it off the net.
A wonderful recovery from under the table, jabs at it. He was in a very uncomfortable position. Watch where he's left here. Hopeless place, well, he found love.
It's the recovery, isn't it? So quick, those feet shooting back into shape.
The feet, the reaction time, the calmness in the brain to have the hand control that he did in that moment, and it ties it up at 3 apiece.
Now, let's turn to Tomo. Tomo has battled. We've seen him almost lay his whole soul bare at times this week. He's going to have to go there again, isn't he?
It's relentless.
3, 4.
Table tennis, like waves in the ocean, just, it never stops.
Just mark that one for later. That was a bit of a statement.
It was already on its way down, and he found the far wide forehand corner.
Let 5, 3.
just heard a little dry cough there from Tomo. He's had that all week long. Maybe it's just the conditions here, the very dry air in Vegas, the desert air. But whenever you speak to him post-match, as I've done, he's struggling to get his words out. This is a handy lead, a healthy lead in the first already. 4 points.
3-7.
Those pictures of him with his hands in the air behind Tomo. Now we talked, okay, the head-to-head we saw 5-0 for WTT events, but internationally, 11-2.
Yeah.
Wang Chuqin has won their last 7 encounters.
And what's interesting about that, it's a good point you make, when they were actually juniors, they were fairly evenly matched. But as you say, in recent times, as top professionals, 7 in a row.
This is what pressure builds for anyone going through stressful times. Just know that you're coming out stronger. The pressure that Wang Chuqin has faced, I mean, it's been life-changing.
And this is just what he wanted. 7 game points.
10-3.
Dominant so far from the Chinese player.
Let 10-3.
That's a statement again. Not just the fact he won the game, but the manner of the winning of it. Slamming into the elbow of Tomokazu Harimoto. Alpha play from Wang Chuqin.
A lot of topspin on it still. Wang Chuqin with a big backhand drive right into the short side there. The left arm as Tomo looks to turn for the forehand. He's going to have to turn a lot of things to find some answers out here. It's best of 7, a long way to go. Game number 2 coming up after this.
Okay, let's try this then. Wang Chuqin! Wang Chuqin! Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Yates!
So it's finals time. Who's going to add their name to this Roll of Honor? The champions of 2025, of course, starting off in Doha with Tomokazu. You see Wang Chuqin in Chongqing. And then, of course, most recently at the Contender in Zagreb, it was Tomo once again getting his name on there. Who will it be this evening? Well, we've got a way to go just yet. But after that first game, Wang Chuqin is the one who's happier with his start. Quick word about the coaches and what we expect from their input tonight, Adam.
Well, Seaki Ishikawa knows pressure and knows it well. Again, some big medal matches at the Olympic Games for Team Japan to get a silver medal. Wang Hao, the king of the silver medal.
Love all.
But more importantly, has brought incredible success to his players, from Fang Zhendong to the rest of the gang. Spent 27 months at world #1, the best reverse penhold backhand the world has ever seen.
Talking about backhands, Wang Chuqin has hit the ground sprinting here.
Yeah, that's that pedal to the metal speed that we talked about early on. Hasn't taken his foot off yet.
And Tomo's just got to hang in there, hasn't he? He's just got to live with him.
1-all.
It's a fine, fine balance. In this point, this is how he wins it, but I don't think he's going to be able to count on this tactic of winning. A step behind the table, blocking. He's going to have to get active, and I think that's what the talk was. Get some topspin in early.
That's a chance would be a fine thing. He's going to have an opportunity to do that first because he's getting swarmed here by Wang Chuqin.
Wang Chuqin has some of the toughest serves of the game. Look how much curve there is and how low that is to the net. How do you receive that any way other than passively?
1.
That's how big the quality of that serve is. Whoa.
Please, no flashes.
Looked like it was coming from the, what is it, the
2,
Smash Lounge?
1.
The VIP seats?
Yeah. It's a huge crowd in here tonight, and one thing that's been wonderful this week is the way the crowd has policed itself.
1,
Someone gets a
3.
flash out, people are pointing fingers and shouting.
Yeah, it's a lot of interesting ways to describe it, but I love it. So Service set 37. That's 3 out of every 8 serves for Tomokazu and 9 out of every 10 for Wang Chuqin before this point. But he gets in well with the third ball there.
And now he's up and running. That all started with him bending his back, and it ended with him with a flourish.
Took some chances in this point. One nice cover there. And here's the counter to the short side of the table. Wang Chuqin not recognizing the pattern, thinking he could turn the corner. We have to remember, scoreline-wise, Tomo was very much in game number 1 around this time. It was the second, well, the rest of it, 3. It stopped at 3.
Hard to get those ones back, though. And now this is the contest that we were anticipating when we came here this evening.
Serve receive is going to be crucial for Tomokazu Harimoto. He has to find a way to shut down the third ball attack, whether it's soft receives or a flick. Which is also statistically fascinating because Tomokazu Harimoto has one of the best receives of anybody here. Percentage-wise, he's got incredible numbers coming into today.
How many times is that now? Left with his hands on his hips, Tomokazu.
This is like a glitch in the system. When you make a serve like that and your opponent receives it like that, it's devastating. It shouldn't be able to happen.
You know, we come off the back of a semi-final in which he got past Felix Lebrun, who I don't think could have played really much better than he did in that semi-final. And Jimmy Butler, who was commentating with me on it, just said the quality of the serve receive from Wang Chuqin was the single biggest difference in that match. He's carried it into this one.
Serve receive and the serve itself. This is the first time in a long time that Tomo's gotten a passive third ball out of Wang Chuqin. Very soft hands. If you're playing table tennis and you're coming up in the world, loosen up your grip. Wonder what the body language, I imagine that was just a bit of self-reflection and saying what he needs to do next time around.
Absolutely no way, really, of laying bat on that in any significant way for Tomokazu.
I know there are a lot of fans for both of these players, and it'd be, well, unfair to not acknowledge that Wang Chuqin has had hundreds of thousands in the streets for his birthday with drone shows. He's wildly successful and inspiring, more importantly.
He's just trying to do everything he can to kickstart here, Harimoto.
The reason I brought that up is when Wang Chuqin played the ball before this into the left arm of Tomo, it was just an unthinkable shot by most standards. Yet not only did he take it, he made it again.
But if we've learned one thing this week, it's that Tomokazu Harimoto, the version we're seeing here in Las Vegas, is made of incredible grit. And he will fight, and he will shout, and he will elicit expressions like that.
That's the first time I've ever seen Wang Chuqin make that face in a match. Goofing around at a party, okay, but that's unusual.
There's a bit of magic in the air here, you know. We're seeing remarkable things in the Maverick Arena, taking these players to new heights.
Tomo already doubling his score from last game, still down by 2, though.
Oh.
Determination is a powerful thing. And I just feel that Wang Chuqin, again, some of the most turbulent months of his life, the second half of last year, questions about continuing or not, that's a struggle. And this time big because he survived. Tomo was able to get a passive third ball, and still Wang Chuqin found a way to dig out an answer.
To earn 4 game points for a 2-game lead. Dismissive.
11-6.
Just put away. Thank you very much. I'll lead by 2. Let's towel off.
so quick, the trajectory on this ball. In the open rally, Wang Chuqin, one spot behind that man.
There's
Lin
a facial
Shidong.
expression.
To me, that facial expression said, damn, that was good.
Yeah.
That was not adversarial, that was admiration. That's what that was.
And it wasn't grudging admiration. How could you not be impressed by this? Yes, there's a rivalry. Yes, it's 1 and 2, but the quality on show. Let's listen to Wang Hao.
包括还中这儿一个号顶了一下就行，但是整个感觉还是一分分打啊，你有耐心，一分分打不着急。他就有的时候放慢节奏，他一看没办法就放慢节奏。
Everyone wants to watch this one. Chunyi, the just beaten women's singles finalist, and Wang Wenyu in conversation. Idi behind them, Guaiman over there as well. The women's doubles champions, of course, Wang Idi and Guaiman there.
That was such an intimate moment. It was like the cameraman must have been far away because we were such a fly on the wall for such a touching, literally and figuratively, moment. Good start here for Tomo, who reached 6 points last game, his new high in this match.
Just going back from that little shot, bit of coaching from Wang Hao, amongst other things, saying just be patient to Wang Chuqin and take each point as it comes.
Which is interesting, considering how aggressive he's been and how well it's working, but maybe he's saying we've hit our ceiling in that department. Don't get overly ambitious.
Maybe just a little bit of that sort of professional mind games, just trying to keep his players' feet on the ground, because this has been a dream start.
So the last final we saw just before this, the player who would win started down 0-2.
Music to Tomokazu's ears, that little pronouncement.
1-3.
He's capable of doing it. We've seen him do it.
It's such a pretty shot, short stroke with the racket straight up to the forehand line. Well, now a chop block out of Wang Chuqin in the perfect hands. Harimoto guides it back as low to the net as can be. And now it's all funky. Check this out. Atomic Dog out here comes right back. And it's such an awkward ball to play. Finds the edge. I don't think of Tomo as a touch player in quotes, but he's got all the skills.
And he's also got all the etiquette. Just a quick acknowledgement of the net there. But the point before, he's at his best when he is roaring, when he is bellowing after the points.
He's definitely most memorable and audible when he is. I think it's also not a coincidence because it's a bit of a celebration, positive encouragement. So you only, he's winning when you hear him, generally.
Oh, I hear him right now. He might be losing the match, but right now, he's just got himself on top. What was that before he played there?
Yeah, he tried to get himself just a little bit pumped up, a little bit of a morale boost, as if to say, come on, now's the time. Let's turn it on.
Oh, it worked. Great point.
Timeout here for Tomokazu. I was just wondering, rarely do I look at anything other than the TV screen that you're watching this on right now. But in a moment like this, you can feel it's crucial for Tomo to take the steering wheel back.
So Seiya Kishikawa dispensing the advice. Let's listen in.
浅いんですよ。そういうのはもう大体深く。
ブロックでいいけど今ちょっと待たれてるからちょっと飛ばせない。応援欲しいもん。大丈夫だから絶対入るわけないけど。全然そっちの方がいい。力の足りない。好きなのはできるからね。ずっとリーチのにだけしっかりしてくれるから同じ。
全然バックにループでいいからチャンスある。打てるチャンスある。
今のちょっと上入ってる。
そう。それはちょっと上だった。でバックとかでもいける時だけバッククロスに強く。それ以外はもうバックに処理でいいから。
さっきのフォアの。
そうそう。いいだろうとできるで。その後絶対クロス。
So he takes on board just a little bit of a gel pack and some water. One of the more bizarre things that happened in that epic win against Lin Shidong, towards the end, remember, he left. He had to go and change his shirt. And there was nothing more sinister than I spoke to him afterwards, and he had that cough, he had a drink of water, and it all came out. And he had to just go and change his shirt.
Oh, that's
what
why.
happened. Yeah.
Fascinating. It's like waiting to say the funniest thing you've ever said until someone has a mouthful of water.
Yeah, yeah. He just looked at me and he just showed me what he'd done. He just spat the water out everywhere.
Stop, please. No flashes. 3, 6.
Booing someone who forgot to turn their flash off. I love it.
Oh, that's beautiful. May not have been his timeout, but he's come out with the first point.
Again, the trajectory, the arc on this ball, if any. These are some of the fastest, flattest, still topspin shots.
But he might have only taken one of the two since the timeout, but he has the advantage, Harimoto.
Get to 11, win by 2. That's the name of each game.
And if that was to happen, everything changes.
I'm just thinking back to the last round when Felix was playing with Wang Chuqin. These are two of the fastest players in the world, countering so quickly, whatever adjusting to the table, the altitude. I feel like it's still a factor, but they're playing on the same table. They've been on a lot. They're both on it right now. Tomokazu with the change of pace has tried. Still 2 points up. Nice, this one's shallow. Again, racket speed can manifest in many different ways. You can swing as hard as possible and hit a very slow shot that's very spinny.
Stop. Please, no flashes. Please.
Boo.
Well, Celeste Rajo's got her work cut out because this crowd is really, really desperate to grab that shot. A blur of speed in that exchange.
We've talked about physicality a little bit. Nice matching, Yellow. I think physicality is one thing, but the brain, which is also physical, is working incredibly hard, incredibly fast.
They trade blows. This time, it's the man in blue celebrating.
It's a balance of recognizing patterns, thinking creatively, anticipation, and fast movement here. Tomo with that short backhand. And the celebration with the tongue out on the other side.
Oh, nearly. But not quite, because that was so good on the backhand.
Right, and if they continue rallies like this, Wang Chuqin will not be stopped. Occasionally he'll be beaten, but when he's taking the initiative, Tomo's responding. It's tough to imagine this is going to be the pattern of play that works for Tomo.
And that serve, behind that serve, Wang Chuqin is so dangerous.
8, 9.
I think dangerous is the right word to apply to his game. He's on the tail right now as they both dry their hands between towel breaks.
He's nearly there. He's had to fight so hard just to gain a couple of game points, to gain a foothold maybe in this final.
Because of the shift in momentum, it feels like Wang Chuqin is winning this game, but it's Tomokazu with his toes on the finish line. Pivotal point in this match.
What's he got?
Interesting, interesting. Goes flatter. The backhand okay. He's out of timeouts, and he's got one more game point. From behind the table, flat shots, very few can do with consistency.
He's got the problem that Felix had. He's standing there with the ball in the palm of his hand thinking, what have I got that is not going to come back at me and cause me problems?
Well, being reasonable is admirable, not always advised in terms of accomplishing your dreams and goals. Man, that's a realistic question, and here we are at deuce in game number 3.
What a turnaround. He saves 2 game points, he earns 1 of his own, and this could be fundamental to the result of this match. He's taken 6 out of the last 8, Adam.
I see that. Tomo back with the ball in the palm of the hand. With a lot to figure out.
How do you cope with that? From clinging on, he now has a foot, dare I say it, on the throat of his opponent, because he's down and he's in trouble, is Haramoto. He trails by 3.
This has been the big ticket. We're in Vegas, and people have been talking about the fight since last night. We already saw an epic battle. Wang Hao right here. He's lived his dream to the best of his ability, and while that did mean 3 silver medals in 3 consecutive Olympic Games, it also means that right now he can bring this flag to the highest place in the stadium, that he can bring this title home to China at the hands of the world #2 Lionheart, Wang Chuqin.
The fans in a frenzy. Wang Hao's reaction just now tells you, look at him. Have you ever seen him this animated when his player's winning?
It's a sign of respect for Tomokazu, and it's a sign of the times right now. Where in the life are we? You can find interview after interview of Wang Chuqin being vulnerable, speaking honestly about his self-doubt, about considering quitting, about what it means to him, about his inspirations before him, Ma Long, Fan Zhendong, and what he wants to be, not just for the Chinese national team, but for 1.4 billion watching and chanting Jiao.
Tomokazu Haramoto has to win 4 games against a man who is playing sublime table tennis. That's the equation right now.
Going to the simple backhand serve. We'll talk about that in a bit. Which is interesting because he didn't show it when he came out to the table. I just watched a wonderful interview with Dima about the backhand serve, when to use it and why.
Well, it didn't work first out for Tomokazu there, but it speaks maybe volumes about his mindset now. He's got to change it up. He's got to find something from somewhere, no matter how quirky that may be.
What's the definition of craziness?
To do with repeating the same mistake over and over?
Yeah, something along the lines of doing the same thing and expecting different results.
Yeah.
So Tomokazu knows that something has to change because what he's been doing so far isn't working.
Ooh, big break for 3-1. And all of these now just take on huge dimensions. Points in a potentially decisive game just do that. He's missed it. Now that is a surprise.
Perfect placement. Tomo shortens it up, keeps it inside the baseline by quite a bit, just outside of, well, this massive comfort zone.
There, please.
I hesitate to call it a comfort zone, a full stroke forehand. It's so funny to me, these boos. in. The lobbing, Tomo lobbing for the point, and he takes it. He takes down one of the most powerful players in the world. It's not the first time in the last 2 days that we've seen someone lob down Wang Chuqin. In the dictionary for table tennis, this is the last resort to keep the ball in play, and he twiddles the racket to the red side twice. That is the trampoline side of the racket, and Wang Chuqin says, okay, bravo, good for you. You got me on that one. 3 apiece. We've seen this score before.
What makes that really important, that lob now, is that he won the next point as well. He's got to clutch at whatever he can to find a way back here. And at the moment, Harimoto's living about 10 paces away from the table.
Man. So interesting. You almost wonder if statistically he wanted to lob again. But he was caught in between. The natural inclination for players generally is to keep the ball as low as possible, as deep as possible when they're attacking.
Oh, that's an amazing angle.
5-4.
Oh, and it just goes long. So it's a slender 1-point advantage for Wang Chuqin.
6-5.
Oh, and he can't get that one to find the table. As a result, remember, he only needs this game to be crowned the champion of the United States Smash. Wang Chuqin leads 7-5. Talk to me about that serve and maybe the mentality behind it.
Sure, it's a very simple serve in terms of it's not tricky placement-wise, but it's tough to do much against it. That said, the point before, Tomo left it just a little bit wide enough that it came off the table long in quotes. So Wang Chuqin was able to completely exploit it with a full stroke.
He might have dodged one there. He only dropped one of the 2 points on serve. Still trails by 2, and it's Wang Chuqin serving. He's getting closer to a bit of history here in Las Vegas.
2024, he took the first 2 smashes of the year, and it was the second half of the year that would bring up a lot of question, but he's just 2 balls away.
Oh, he's gone for the spinner. Why not?
7-9.
If ever there was a cushion, he's got one.
It's relative in this game. Not as much cushion for the push-ins, so to speak, but here I guess that's why he's going for the drives instead of the pushes. Simple serve. Better placement this time around inside the table. Again, a player who likes to flick, and a timeout called on Wang Chuqin's side. A player who likes to flick gets a lot of practice using the spin coming in.
Looks like Wang Han might just want to say to him, come on, let's get across the line here. He took the decision to go for that spectacular dive, the one that sees him just spinning away. Let's get down to Rebecca Adams, who's got some insights down by the table.
Well, do you remember that crazy rally with Wang Chuqin lobbing with so much intensity and Harimoto fighting for his life to stay in that rally? Well, even the umpire, Celeste Araujo, enjoyed it because she was holding in a smile the whole time. And when that rally eventually came to an end with Wang Chuqin's lob just falling short of clearing the net, you could tell she was entertained. She was almost laughing by the end of it.
And just to be clear, Tomokazu doing the lobbing in that rally, Wang Chuqin on the attack. The high balls, the lobs that Tomo was hitting time after time, yeah, they were quite entertaining. And really, we had our jaws dropped up here as well.
Yeah, we've been entertained here. it may be too much to expect every single match at the end of a championship of an event like this to go to 7 games. And last night we were just treated to stunning drama. So what's happened is, even if it's been relatively one-sided, we've had some points, as Rebecca just said, that entertains everyone, including the chair umpire.
The greatest comebacks in this scenario.
8-9.
Wang Chuqin. You can't, I wonder statistically the last time he was up 3-0 and lost a match.
Oh, wow. What a way to take yourself to the brink of the first ever United States smash. 2 Grand Smash championship points for Wang Chuqin.
Please, no flashes. 10-8.
Oh, and there's another
Please,
issue.
no flashes there.
It'd be so cool
Stop flash.
if there was like a program where you could walk through and it disabled the flash on the cell phone.
Let.
It's just building the tension, layer upon layer.
Commercial break.
He's done it. And in fitting fashion,
Wang Chuqin right now has demonstrated that they're not just words in interviews, that this is a man who has deeply thought through, who's visualized, who has practiced, who has taken a lot of time on his own. He sits on his own, he focuses, he trains hard, and for moments like this, he has walked the walk.
they were hugging each other in the seats. They are ecstatic. His name and his image are being held aloft. He is Wang Chuqin, and he has destroyed a very worthy opponent here in Las Vegas. That's how it ended. But what a story it's been, and what a journey it's been for a player who has dominated opponents, who has shown grit, and in this final has shown the sheer class required to take home that trophy.
Well, you said it. Class, no doubt. He's classy, he's humble, he's hardworking. I'm sure he'll have a lot of wonderful things to say down on court for the interview. But in terms of class, he was a class above here today. Untouchable. Game number 3, quite tight. Game number 4, a similar score. But Tomokazu was looking hard for answers. Speaking of answers, we're going to get some answers to some questions down with Wang Chuqin and our very own Rebecca Adams. Let's wait to hear what the first ever champion of the U.S. Smash men's singles has to say.
We have our men's single champion here, Wang Chuqin. Congratulations, Chuqin. What an incredible feat that was. How would you reflect on your journey here at US Smash 2025? And what does it mean to you to have won the championship? 恭喜楚钦拿下冠军，给我们分享一下现在的感受，以及会怎么总结这次美国大满贯之旅。
还是非常开心能获得这一站大满贯的单打冠军。我觉得通过这一次比赛也是。看清楚了很多自己还有存在很多问题和空间，我觉得也是需要回去好好总结的吧。然后，但是通过这样一场一场比赛，可能一开始感觉对这个球台啊、场地啊都很难受，但是慢慢的越来越好，也是值得肯定的。
First of all, I'm extremely pleased to have won the championship title. Through this match, I have found that there are some areas of improvement, and I would love to go back and reflect and work on them. But even so, I felt I gave my best and worked with the unfamiliar environment and still pulled through to make that win. Chuqin, you have some incredible fans here supporting you in Las Vegas. Is there anything you'd like to say to them? 楚钦拿下冠军后，想对支持你的球迷们说些什么吗？
确实非常感谢大家，自己也很惊讶，在美国也能遇见这么多支持我的球迷。不论是支持我的还是支持中国乒乓球队，都非常感谢大家你们的辛苦付出。我觉得这一次的表现也没让你们失望，谢谢。
I'm actually very surprised to have that many fans come through, fly all the way here to Las Vegas to support me, and I very, very much appreciate y'all for being out here today. Whether you're supporting Team China athletes or I myself, I just want to say thank you so much for being here, and I hope I did not disappoint you here at US Match 2025. 谢谢你，楚钦，再次恭喜你。
Thank you, Wang Chuqin, and congratulations. Thank you, Charmian, for the wonderful interview. And good words here. Man, when you think about how long of a flight it is, it's a wonderful destination, and I can't imagine any fan of Wang Chuqin or many fans of table tennis, unless they were fully behind Tomo, being disappointed here with the result of this incredible final, John.
Yeah, they've flown in. They've flown in from outside the USA. They've flown in from all across. And you and I, likewise, wherever we've gone here in Vegas this past week, have spoken to fans, and so many of them have come to see this man. They've come from California. They've come from New York. They've come from all across this huge country. And tonight, he has demonstrated why they come to see him. Oh, man, look at that. Imagine getting hold of one of these, Adam. This is history. The first ever US smash won by Wang Chuqin. And you go home with a ball signed by him.
It's one reason to be here live whenever you can. I think there will be plenty more US smashes in Maverick Arenas. Ooh, that's a great first date.
I reckon he caught it.
Oh, interesting. Well, he definitely caught the kiss on the cheek. I think we saw that. Nice catch there, Cheek. No, what a good time. A lot of love in the arena, love for their favorite players, love for the sport. And really, from Zhu Yuling to Wang Chuqin, whether it came down to the decider or not, you got incredible masterclass, the best in the game. And stick around, because we're going to have a chance to come back and see our favorite players for the men's trophy presentation in just a bit. Stay right here.